on the back side, we're still doing lateral area and surface area, but now we're going to be doing pyramids and cones. I know it says for each prism and cylinder, leave in terms of pi, but that's the same thing with cones. If I have a cone, we're going to leave in terms of pi too. Now our formulas are going to change here just a bit. So look at your notes for this one. Well, the notes is that we need to make sure we understand the parts for each formula. Lateral area is 1/2 PL, okay? And then total surface area is 1/2 PL plus B. So we're still going to kind of go through our steps, which is first identify the B. Our base is going to be at the bottom for the pyramids and cones. It's a square, it's a 5 by 5. So to get that area, we're doing 5 times 5, which is 25. And then we also need to find the P. That's our distance around the square. Well, each side is 4. Each side is 5, and there's 4 sides, so that's 20. And then we have to find the slant height. That's our cursive L. Our slant height, and I'm going to draw it on this pyramid, that's the height that's slanted, and it's not given. They gave us the height of the pyramid, so I want you to notice that if I trace the height of the pyramid and then half the leg, I can create a right triangle. So since the slant height is missing, this is missing, whenever it's missing, you're going to have to use Pythagorean Theorem to find it. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that. A couple things you need to recognize. We know one leg is 12. The other leg basically is half the distance of the edge. So the other leg here, I'm going to draw an arrow. That leg right there is 2.5. So what I'm substituting in for a squared plus b squared equals c squared is 12 squared plus 2.5 squared is equal to c squared. And c squared is our slant height. So when I do that, I get, basically when I put that in the calculator, I get 150.25 squared equals c squared, but then I have to take the square root. So this is approximately 12.3. So now I know my L, because our C, our hypotenuse in the triangle, is going to be our L. So L is going to be our 12.3. So now I'm just going to plug in the parts. So to find, let's scroll up a little bit. To find the lateral area, I know my B, my P, that was the 20, so 1/2 20, and our slant height, that's the 12.3. So we're just going to plug it in, or we can just say 20 times the 12.3 divided by 2, and so our slant height is 123 meters squared. Our lateral area is 123 meters squared. So I already know the lateral area, so I'm just going to take that, plug that in there. I'm just going to add the area of the base. So 123 plus the area of our base was 25. So we get 148 meters squared for the total surface area. So what we did on 11, we're going to have to do on 12. Because, again, the slant height is missing. So to get that slant height, that L, since it's missing, we have to use the leg down here. And to get that leg, basically it's saying that if this edge, this distance is 12, that means all the way across would be 12. But if I do half of that, then I now know that the edge and the leg of this triangle is 6. So we're going to do Pythagorean Theorem again. We're going to do 12 squared, 21 squared, excuse me, plus 6 squared equals c squared. This comes out to be, I don't think I did this part. I think if you put it in the calculator all at once, it's a decimal answer. So 12 squared and 6 squared is a total of 180. And then take the square root. and that is 13.4. I said 12. It's 21. Sorry about that, guys. Keep saying 12. That's 477 c squared. So 21.3. So I'm just going to go straight to plugging it in. I know the formulas are going to be the same for each shape. So we need to find our B. Here our base is the 12 by 12. So that's 144. Let's find our P, our perimeter. That's the distance around. There's 4 sides. They're all 12. So 4 times 12 is 48. And our L is our C. Okay? Our L is our C. So I'm doing 1/2 lateral, 1/2 our P, 48, and our slant height, 21.3. So this decimal answer comes out to be, I believe, 523.2 feet squared. And so for our total surface area, I already know the lateral area is 523.2. Now I just add my base, which was 144, and this comes out to 667.2 feet squared. So on 13, now we're dealing with the cone. Different formula. Lateral area is pi RL, and the total surface area is that lateral pi RL plus pi R squared. So really all I need is the radius and the slant height. But then again, because this 10 is the height, to get the slant height, that right there, it's missing, we're going to do Pythagorean Theorem. Now, good thing about this is I don't believe we have one of these on the quiz. I think we're going to always give you the key ingredients. We're just going to make sure you can identify your base correctly, plug in the parts correctly, go through your steps correctly. So, but this is good practice. So you're still going to have to do Pythagorean Theorem. We have 2 squared plus 10 squared equals c squared. 104 equals c squared. Take the square root. C is approximately 10.2. So now I'm just going to plug it in. We already know we're going to leave in terms of pi. So pi times our radius, which is 2, times 10.2. So we get 20.4 pi. That's our lateral. And then we know that's 20.4 pi. So now we just got to add the area of the base. Well, pi r squared, 2 is squared, is 4. So this is just 4 pi. So we get 24.4 pi meters squared. Now, this next one, I'm tempted to omit it because it's not drawn to scale. Or maybe it is. Maybe they're trying to say this 12 is over here. Because this should be 6. It's half the edge. It's half of that distance. Our base is a 12 by 12. And then the height is 15. We could use that for volume, but they want the lateral area. So we, again, have to draw that slant height and use Pythagorean Theorem. So 15 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. And I believe this ends up coming out to be 16.2. So now I can just plug in my parts because lateral is PL. Total surface area is 1/2 PL plus B. I can calculate the perimeter by adding up the 4 sides. So 4 times 12 is 48. So when I substitute it in, lateral is 1/2 times the 48 times our 16.2. We get a decimal answer of 388.8 feet squared. And then we already know the lateral, that's the 388.8. Now we just add the area of the base, which is the 144. That's our big B. So 532.8 feet squared. So that takes care of that page. Fast forward to get to the next. Thanks.